Hello and welcome once again to Factory Town. So in the last episode we managed to get our veggie farm up and running. So this is producing vegetable stew for us, which is selling for a decent amount. I think it's making as much or more than my bread makes. If we take a look at this, yeah, vegetable stew is worth a little bit more than the bread, and I think we're producing it as quickly as the bread. So that is pretty awesome. We've got 3 minecarts picking up that stew and taking it back to the city, and we are right on the edge of, where the city is going to be with this setup, so we couldn't go any closer. But leaving that aside for this episode, I'm not actually going to work on production for the city this episode. I'm working on mana bricks. Now we need mana bricks in order to upgrade our base any further, and we obviously want to do that because the higher the base level, the more workers we have and the more houses we have, and so on and so forth. So making mana bricks requires a mana forge, and if we go in here we can see the mana bricks require something to burn, mana crystals and stone bricks. The mana crystals just require the mana shards. So we need somewhere with mana shards, somewhere with bricks, and either fuel or probably just a forester to supply fuel. So I'm thinking over here is the perfect area. We've got stone, we've got mana shards, and we've got enough space that we can add some foresters to, give us burnable material. Now, I would like this area to be flattened out to the same as this air temple. So there. And the reason I'm going for the same as the air temple is because I'm obviously going to have to build to the air temple if I want to use it anyway. So I may as well make sure everything is sort of that height. And quite honestly, it would cost me so much to try and lower the area all the way down to the ground level. Like, yeah, this is up a mountain. It ain't going down to ground level easily. So, may as well choose a higher level for this. So, that height. A lot of that I'm just going to get rid of. I do need... Okay, so from there, this way. And thankfully, because of the vegetable stew, I've got a decent amount of money at the moment to actually spend on doing this. So that's always a plus. And because I'm not lowering the train quite as much as I was before, it's costing me, obviously, a lot less. Okay, that seems okay. I don't think I need much more space than that for the moment. In fact, I'll be fine with that amount of space, I think. So let's get rid of a lot of these resources I'm not going to need here, so just strip them out. Now I could go with the coal as the fuel source, which might not actually be a bad idea. I mean, coal provides 4. So yeah, coal isn't bad as a fuel source. It's double what wood supplies, and I don't really have to spend... Oh, I say I don't have to spend. What does it cost in mining coal? Red coins. Okay. So if I want to mine red coal out... Oh, red... If I want to mine coal out, it's going to cost me red coins. My god. Learn to speak, James. Still, that's not that bad, because if I was mining, or if I was using the trees, then that would cost me red coins as well. So it's no different in that respect. Okay, so if we have a look at mines, we'll have a mine there, that'll cover the whole crystal patch. And put a mine there to cover the coal, and and put another one there, and that will cover the entire stone patch, costing probably all of the rails I have stored. Yeah, practically. Okay, well that's fine. But you're going to mine stone, you're going to mine mana shards, and you're going to get coal. Perfect. So, where am I actually going to send all this? Do I want it to go into... Should I just put it into 3 barns for the moment? Yeah, you know what? We'll do that. So, you go straight to there. You go to there. And you go to there. Damn, really? There. But that's fine. And that way I can increase these areas later on. Right, so let's clear out this iron here. So what do I need? I'm going to need a stonemason. So that can go just there. Ooh. Do I want polished stone? I have no idea what polished stone is used for. Maybe it's like the next level. Because I don't think I can sell it. Maybe it's used for jewellery or something like that. Until it comes up, I won't worry about it. Right, stone brick. Really good. Right. So that stonemason is now making stone brick. And that's going to want to go into a magic forge. I'm also going to need a magic forge here. That's going to make the mana crystals. So there we go. You make magic crystals. Do I want to store those? No, turn that. And just build another mana forge there. And you're going to make the mana bricks. Of course it wouldn't work with those. But that will. So there we go, we're getting stone bricks, we're getting the mana crystals, and we're getting fuel. And we've started making mana bricks. Nice! And I'm not going to increase the number of workers here for the simple reason that I'm not actually using them in a production. so it's not like I need them to really ramp up in how quickly I'm making them. It's fine for them to just sort of chug along, and then, you know, when I use 50 or 100 to upgrade the base, they'll just chug along and make some more. At least I hope that's the case. Yeah, seems to be fine for the moment. Okay, so while that's building up a stockpile of those, you know what, let's remove you at this point and remove the last few crystals there. And I would like a new farm with a new barn. So what are you going to do? I think you're going to be sugar. Oh, and sugar can't use that, okay. Oh, I suppose, yeah, how can you push sugar down a chute? You know, fair enough. I want to get a couple of these done every episode or so, because that'll give my fertilizer and things time to stock back up. And it also means that I don't devote like a whole episode to just building stockpile area, which I think is kind of boring. You guys want to see new things, not me doing the same thing just over and over again. Really? I can't afford the last two. Oh well. But that barn can now disappear. I like how this setup is looking, actually. I think it'll work well. And we've already got 40 stone. That's pretty good. It only takes 100 to upgrade this. Oh, I need loads of reinforced planks, though. Get rid of that random wood. I put it there just so I would, you know, not spend all of my iron making these. But I actually need them now, so yeah. Get to it. Running a little low on the iron deposit here. That might turn out bad. That means people are going to have to start getting from this iron deposit. Or I'm just going to need to move this setup at some point. Which I've needed to do for a while, really. Right. Let's lower some more of this area. Got a large chunk of cash and may as well do something useful with it. Although this does cost a lot to do, unfortunately. I may have been able to do the mana bricks here, although not much stone. And wow, that's all of my money gone. And you've started storing sugar, so yeah. 2 more sugar plants, please. Thank you. Well, once I've emptied this barn, I'll be able to put another field here then. I obviously want a barn for all of these. Are you slowly running out? No, you seem to be fine. You never seem to be empty, and these constantly seem full, so that's fine. But yeah, eventually I'll put another farm here. I'm going to have to flatten this area and put the farms on the other side as well. I'm also going to have to explore a little so that I can find some of the newer plants. Are they in here? Can I see them somewhere? No, I can't. Okay, let's go to a kitchen then. Can't see it in there either. Recipes. Was there not new plants? I thought there were new plants. I'm sure there was new something. Yeah. Cactus fruit and dragon fruit. Okay, so maybe I have to find them before they're added to those menus. That would kind of make sense. Oh, wow, we're running low on stone just there as well. Eek. This area is going to come to a grinding halt very soon. Which is bad because this makes the conveyor belts for me. It makes my rails, my reinforced planks. Oh god. I'm going to have to build all of this again soon. Speaking of, I was going to move this herb area, wasn't I? For making poultice. So poultice requires herbs and it requires cotton. Or wool. The cotton grows every 2 seconds. Herbs grow every 3 seconds. And it requires 4 seconds to make one. Okay, so probably one farm handling herbs, one farm handling cotton will be fine. That takes 4 seconds. So as long as this is producing quick enough, one workshop can handle it. Okay. So yeah, maybe that'll fit down here. Let's shrink this wall back a little bit more. And get rid of all of these. It hurts getting rid of the mana crystals and stuff, but they're in the way and I don't need them there, so yeah. But so if we have what? 1, 2. Do I want to double up? To have 2 herb farms and 2 cotton farms. I mean, I don't know. We'll start with just one set and we'll see how quickly it produces, and then I can decide whether I want to double it or not. I think that's the smartest route. And we're out of fertilizer. Wonderful. There and there doesn't need to exist. Because we're obviously going to need a path out for what I'm producing here. Okay. So the herb doesn't need to be refined in any way. So I could have the workshop right there, making the poultice. And I suppose if I have another workshop facing that way, and that will turn the cotton into cloth. Now you need one bandage every 4 seconds. Oh, of course I'm going to need another workshop. Right, here's something that's added. I can now move buildings with the move tool, which is awesome. Right, so you're going to make bandages. So you require one cloth every 5 seconds, and you make one cloth every 4 seconds. So I am going to end up with more cloth than I use for the bandages. So I can have a barn that stores that excess, because I do need cloth occasionally to upgrade houses. So yeah, that will work. And then we want loads of conveyor belts for this section. Okay. So we want cotton plants on this side. That worked out well. So you're going to pull up cotton. You're going to pull up herbs. And we run out of space. Okay. Oh, not run out of space, run out of fertilizer. I know what I want to say, and occasionally I say something completely different. It's a horrible feeling. There we go. So yeah, you're making cotton. That's turning the cotton into cloth. For the moment, all of the cloth is just going into bandages, but eventually I think we will end up with a small backlog of them. That's my hope, anyway. If we don't end up with a backlog of cloth like this, then I'm actually going to have to set up a cloth farm sort of over here that turns it into... or a cotton farm that turns it into cloth and stores the cloth, just to build with. And that's sort of what this area is about. It's, you know, making sure I have the buildable materials stored. Herb, there you are. And yep, we are now making poultice. Now, do I want to turn that sideways and put it into a barn? That's probably not a bad idea. Just so I can store more than 10 at a time. So the rail is going to come along here and then down this path. Just like that. So then we can have a brand new wagon that's going to be collecting poultice. It's here somewhere. There you are. Ooh, what are you meant to be? Oh, you're collecting apples. Okay, that can disappear. I've just had a random wagon just rolling around this whole time. But yeah, so that'll grab poultice. And I've not sped any of these up yet. And we're almost at 20 again. So we'll add another minecart. Once again, grabbing poultice. So that decent separation, that had just about got to the apothecary before, you know, I put the second minecart down. Now the traffic at this end is going to get a little horrendous occasionally, and that will slow my minecarts down. Okay, 9 this time. But, again, we can now speed all of these up. Now you need to work faster because that thing is full of bandages and got no herbs, so yeah. And how about you? You're actually fine as you are. Because these are produced 2 a second, and these need 2 every 4 seconds, so that works out exactly as it needs to be. I'm going to increase you for a second or 2, and then drop you back down to 5, just so this has a little bit of an extra in the backlog. And yeah, this is still waiting on herbs. Because this takes 3 seconds to make a herb, and this uses 2 every 4 seconds. But it's only waiting like half a second or so, so it's not too bad. I mean, I could lower that to 4. Yeah, now it's not waiting at all. Or it seems almost instant, so that's fine. And we are building up a backlog of cloth. Perfect. And are you going to reach 20? And close to. So 2 minecarts seem to be fine. Which means if I do double this up, I'm going to have to add another 2 minecarts to it. Which wouldn't be that terrible. So, if I double it up, am I going to double it in this direction? Or, yeah, I think probably just carry on in this direction to double it. Which will mean I'm going to use all this area. Just flatten that off a bit, make it look a little better. Okay. But yeah, so if I want to double it up in the next episode, I've got the space to do so. And yeah, it's working without any real issue. So that's perfect. If I'd thought about doubling it up earlier, I probably would have done this the other way round, because then that barn could have been there and been shared by both. But never mind. I didn't think of that until right this moment, and I am not turning the entire setup on its head just to get a slight improvement. Hell, it wouldn't even be an improvement, it would just be everything goes into a single barn instead of, 2. So, yeah. And how are you doing? You are maxed out on mana bricks. And oh, look at that! We can upgrade our base! Upgraded! Ooh, 10 houses! Well, thank you very much. Well, let's put one house in already. And this is why I wanted that excess cloth to be stored in a barn here, because we do need cloth for upgrading our houses. Okay. Now, I can probably have, what, 3 more houses there. If I go any further, I'm going to be outside the radius of some of these buildings. So, yeah, that's as high as I can go with these buildings. Okay. And then we can have a few houses just here. And yeah. No, we can't have any more anyway. So that's fine. We're at max. I don't actually need that road there, do I? No, because I can still continue in that direction. Okay, but let's upgrade all these houses as best I can. I can have so many extra workers now. Oh, damn it. So we're now hitting a problem with the reinforced planks. So all 4 of the houses I can't upgrade properly. Oh well. But we've still raised our worker capacity quite well. And we are still making these, it's just a slow process. So maybe a new steel place or something like that would be a good idea. Yeah, got to do something about that. And now we have this set up, I can remove all of this random rubbish that I've got going on. So that will probably be in the next episode. What do you need to upgrade now? Oh my god. A crown and some necklaces. Okay. That's... wow. Really? Why? You're meant to be taking those gems and putting them in there. I'm pretty sure you've always been meant to be doing that. So why suddenly weren't they? In fact, let's get a wagon to do it. There we go. I did wonder why research wasn't being done at all. But that'll get me mana power. Which I think I need mana power so that I can start actually enhancing things to make jewellery and crowns and everything else. So, yeah. But we will have a look at that in the next episode. Thank you very much for joining me. Hopefully you have enjoyed. If you have, please like, comment and subscribe. And I shall see you next time.